Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Lock Daddy. Coming to you tonight with a little NFL special. The Cleveland Browns got their first win in a long time, 635 days or something like that. It's almost 2 full calendar years. And the Brownies pulled it off. If you know anything, well, you might be asking yourself right now, why am I covering this? Well, I'm switching things up a little bit. I love football. I saw a documentary on the Cleveland Browns, and it was about Belichick when he was there and what he was trying to do with the Browns before he left, and wound up going with Bill Parcells. So he basically just, put a philosophy in place, and boom, he basically built the Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl team for him. I mean, he got them on track and got them all set with the players they needed. So when he vacated Cleveland at the end of the 93 season, he joined... did he join Bill Parcells? Nope. It was the 94 season he vacated. Whatever it was, that whole documentary got me all fired up about the Browns. So I watched the Jets-Browns game tonight, and I got to tell you, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing game. Tyrod Taylor having a tough time for about a quarter and a half. Boom, goes down with an injury. Who steps up? Number 1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield. And I got to tell you, this kid was impressive. If you watch the game, you know. Came in, let him down right before the half, got a field goal. Boom. Get some points, get on the board. Rookie, first game of his career, third game of the season. Cleveland hasn't won since December of 2016? Yeah, December of 2016. It's crazy. Last win then was against San Diego, I believe. And man, they struggled all last season. If you're a Bill Simmons fan and you listen to his podcast, you understand that maybe he has this theory. It's not maybe. He definitely has a theory called the Ewing theory. If you know him and you've read his work or you listen to him, you'll know what I'm talking about, the Ewing theory. They get rid of, sent Josh back into the Pats. Oh, isn't that great? Josh Gordon to the Pats. Yeah, if you know anything about me, I'm a Patriots fan. I'll admit it. I'm Boston sports all the way through. Sox, Pats, Celts, Bruins, Revolution. I mean, whatever. If there's a sports team, I'm all about it. All about it. Hey, it's all about where you grow up, you know what I mean? But here with Cleveland, I got to give him props, man. Finally off the schneid. Tough week 1. Week 1, tie. Week 2, loss. 0-1-1. Bang, week 3. Get the win to go with it. Now it's ones across the board. They even got a better record than the Jets. Pretty decent. So I'm happy for the Browns. Now, let's talk about this kid Baker Mayfield. Tyrod Taylor was a great pickup. Kid's got experience. He brings a different aspect to the game, but if you watched the game tonight, you would have saw the problem he was facing. Not that he wouldn't have found a way around it. Tyrod Taylor he's great at improv. Great at improv, and he's got a great coaching staff there in Cleveland. Good people. Front office all the way to the coaching staff, good people. They are turning the corner. The Cleveland Browns are going to turn some heads. You get a look at their roster, for crying out loud. They had the number 1 overall pick in Baker Mayfield. They had Tyrod Taylor starting before him, teach him whatever. He's a good game manager. He'll win some games with some talent around. Do you have talent? Sure. Jarvis Landry. There you go. And he's played with Sammy Watkins before up in Buffalo, too. So he knows how to throw to these guys. Look at the tight end situation they got going on. The other wideouts they got in town. That other 4th-round pick, that kid they got there. What's his name? What in the fart? Give me 2 seconds. I'll have it right for you. Browns. Yeah, Carlos Hyde too, man. Hell of a game. If you notice, you watch the game, you'd notice nobody threw a touchdown today. And not a quarterback pass for any points at all whatsoever. That was the funny thing. I mean, they had passing yards, sure, but, I mean, Jarvis Landry was the one who threw the 2-point conversion to Blake. Oh, God, I'm going to screw that up. Baker Mayfield. Sorry, Baker. Tossed the 2-point conversion, the old Philly special. I'll call it the Cleveland Steamer. I don't care what the hell you want to call it. Knock your socks off, man. It was a great play. I mean, and now everybody and their mother's going to do it. Philly pulls it off in the Super Bowl against the Pats. They pull it off again this year. Now Cleveland's using it. Everybody's going to use that play. Everybody that can get their hands on it. Antonio Callaway, that was the kid. 4 catches, 20 yards. Not bad. He had a chance at a couple others, man. He dropped a couple. It's tough. But yeah, Jarvis Landry led the Browns, receiving 8 catches for 103 yards. Outside of that, next was the tight end, David Njoku, 36 yards. Rashard Higgins, another wide receiver, 3 for 32. Duke Johnson, running back, 2 for 24. Callaway, 4 for 20. Carlos Hyde, 2 for 5. And, that was how it shook out. See, now Carlos Hyde had himself a heck of a game, 23 carries, 98 yards for 2 touchdowns. Respectable. I'll tell you what, though. You get Baker Mayfield in a full week of practice this week. That kid's got an arm. Did you see him throw the ball? Oh, my goodness. This kid slings. He reminds me of a young Brett Favre, that arm he's got. His legs are pretty decent, too. But it's how he manages the game. You look at him after the game, you look at him in the game, look at him in the picture that I posted with this podcast. You'll see it right there. Kid's got, that was ice water in his veins, man. Yeah, he's happy to win the game and everything, but did you watch the post interview with him? It was great on the NFL Network. They gave him a cake, he's cutting it up, he's eating it, he's throwing t-shirts to the fans in the stands. Giving props to his teammate, Carlos Hyde, having a kid. Congratulations, Carlos. It's great. Congratulations. Get there. You had 2 touchdowns. Hopefully the kid, on the day the kid was born, you're good to go, dude. Congratulations to the whole Browns team, the whole Browns organization. They worked hard for that win. They got a lot of talent there, and that's good. It's good to see. They got a lot of talent. Schobert, 4 tackles, 3 assists, and an interception. Terrence Mitchell's 4 tackles, assists, and an interception. Denzel Ward, 4 tackles. Also had a forced fumble and fumble recovery. He had a heck of a game. There's a lot of talent on this on this Cleveland team. They got Jamie Collins, expatriate. Interesting. See how he helps them. You got T.J. Carey. He's kick returning. Jabril Peppers. I'll tell you, this team, front to back, keep an eye on them. They are a shocking group of young buck upstarters. Then you flip the page over to the Jets. Sam Darnold. Interesting. Darnold. Interesting. Jets now have a record of 1-2. Got his first win. We all saw that. But struggling a little bit. Now struggling a little bit. Which is to be expected. Think about Peyton Manning when he came into the league. He had what did he go, 3-13 his first season? He was not special the first year. He showed flashes, and the Colts were in a lot of those games early on. They couldn't pull it out in the end. They were up on the Patriots real big that season, too. I remember it. It was good. But Drew and the Patriots came back. Smoked them. It was good. You know what I mean? These quarterbacks, you never know how they're going to go. But to come in like the way he came in, like Darnold had his game, his first big game, came in flying high. Oh, boy. Rookie's going to be good. Made a few mistakes, but looks good. This kid comes in, gets Cleveland a win. Big win. That's a big win. Not to mention, Like I said, I mean, the Jets, you got to look at them too and say, okay, Sam Darnold, growing rookie pains, but still, skills are all there. He can make all the throws, strong, accurate arm. You know, decision-making needs a little work. We saw that tonight right at the end of the game. 2 interceptions, man. One to Shumpert. Those 2 interceptions I told you about. One to Shumpert, the other one to Schobert, one to Mitchell. Stupid. Right at the end of the game. You know, 2 interceptions you don't want to have in the spots that you had them. They will kill you. That rookie will learn. Turnovers will kill you. But he's got some good coaches there in New York. New York's not as bad as they look. I mean, they're really not. It's just, it seems that they just don't have the whole system. Bilal Powell, Isaiah Crowell. Man, between the two of them, they racked up 100 yards together. And they were both dominant. Crowell, you know, running it down inside the 5, inside the 10. Red zone. Nah, red zone. Good red zone runner. Bilal Powell, another great runner, man. He busts off big chunks of yards. He had the lion's share tonight. 14 carries, 73 yards, averaging about 5.2 per rush. Not bad. Kroll, 16 for 34 for 2.1, but 2 touchdowns. Hey. Quincy Enunwa. He was fun to watch. Jermaine Kearse, Terrell Pryor, Robbie Anderson. Okay? Enunwa, Kearse, Pryor, Anderson. Not a bad wide receiver core at all. You got 2 hands guys there. Anderson and Kearse. Those are wideouts. Pryor, he's another wideout, but this guy could do anything, and they knew that in Cleveland, and he was a non-factor. 1 catch for 25 yards from Terrell Pryor. This should have been his FU game, man. Should have been, but it wasn't. Didn't take it from him. That's nice. Good stuff. And again, defensively, the Jets, let's see. Avery Williamson, 1.5 sacks. Jordan Jenkins had a sack. Anderson had half a sack. Skrine had half a sack. McClendon had half a sack. Just occurred to me a lot of these Jets only have half a sack. Yeah, the Tuna Bowl stuff's still alive. It's always fun when the Pats play the Jets, but when the Jets get beat by the Browns, it's even better. But you know what? I honestly, this kid, Baker Mayfield, I'm telling you, if he can stay healthy, could be the savior of Cleveland and savior of football in Cleveland. Lead you guys to the promised land for the first time in God knows how long. You got a general manager out there that knows what the hell he's doing. He was groomed in Green Bay, came from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now he's here in Cleveland. He's not taking Josh Gordon's bowl. Whatever that stuff is, get out of here. And I'll tell you what, that was a hell of a message to send to the team. Yeah, you traded him to my team for a 5th-round pick. We'll take him. Because you know what? We can offer him something that, you know, not a lot of other teams can. That's what we do for a lot of other teams. Bill Belichick is proven, right? He goes to the Patriots. All Bill's got to say to him is like, look, this is your last chance, dude. This is it. You don't get your shit together, you're done, man. You're done. You can't play in Cleveland. If you prove you can't play for me, that's it, pal. Game over. Game over. So, Josh Gordon, you got a choice to make, pal. You've got a choice to make. You got more raw talent than guys could even wish for. What are you going to do with it? You got a quarterback who's going to be able to get you the ball. You got an offensive coordinator that knows what he's doing. He's been a head coach, turned down being a head coach, and did it in kind of a shitty way. I'll give Indy that. You know, Indy tried to grab Josh McDaniels, and, you know, he kind of agreed to a deal, and then, you know, Bill's like, what's going on here? What the fuck are you doing there, Josh McDaniels? That's not right, pal. That'd be funny to hear Belichick talk with a New England accent. But either way, I'll tell you what. The Patriots wound up keeping McDaniels. They wind up going through the season. They've had they're 1-1 right now. Yeah. Had a little trouble last week. Lost to the Jags. The Jags are good. The Jags are good. Like, all these teams that have had the draft picks. I mean, they're Blake Bortles. I'm in Orlando, man. I've watched a lot of Blake Bortles at UCF. Watched his undefeated season, man. It was great. The kid had all the tools around him and did the most with it. And he's doing the same thing in Jacksonville. He's got all the skills. You watch. Jacksonville will be in the playoffs this year. No doubt. No doubt. They'll be there. You watch. Cleveland Browns. Oh, who would worst to first? And worst is in so bad it would be they didn't win a game last season. They tied their first one, lost their second one, didn't start winning until the third one. Imagine if they get into the playoffs. Imagine Cleveland in the playoffs. The way this team is a young team, but if they believe in themselves, the sky is the limit. The sky's the absolute limit for this team. So, this is the NFL. That's why they play the games. That's what Berman always said. That's why they play the games. You know, hey, it's fun. I love stories like this. You get the Cleveland Browns that come up, their fan base, everybody's dejected, everybody's having trouble, why us? Why every year? Please, God, when? When? Please. Well, now may be the when. Either that or it's more false hope. God, I hope it's not that. For your sake, I hope it's not that. Tonight, though, all I know is this. Tonight, it is a good night in Cleveland. You guys are happy. You got to win. Nobody can take that from you. Your first-round draft pick went off. Yeah, he didn't go off and score 6 touchdowns like Pat Mahomes. And, gosh, there's another one, man. Mahomes. Tyreek Hill and the clan he's got over there. One thing I was thinking to myself earlier, maybe today, maybe the other day, maybe it was last weekend when I was watching football. Nobody looks like a runaway favorite at this point. Not even the Patriots. You know what I mean? There's nobody out there that looks like they're going to steamroll the competition. The way I look at it right now is the teams, I don't think I've ever seen this much balance in the NFL. Meaning across the board. You look at every team, and it seems like the talent level here, we've hit a point. I think we've had the best talent we've ever seen in our lifetimes, in the history of the league, in the history of the sport. We have the best talent, the best coaching, the best medicine, the best players, physical, you name it. Everything is the best. And now it's spread out to all 32 teams. And that's the thing. I see it being spread out. Any team has a shot at this point. Every team has a shot. You know what I mean? Cleveland Browns, they got a better record than the Jets. They got a better record than a lot of people. And this is week 3, and you go, yeah, it's week 3, dude. You're kind of coming a little early on that. And I'm like, yeah, of course. We don't know who the hell's going to finish first. Injuries, the season being as long as it is. I mean, standings. All right. So, we have, they got a better record than the Jets. They got a better record than the Bills. They have a better record than the Raiders, who they play next week. They have a better record than the Steelers. And even if the Steelers win this week, they're still only tied with the Steelers. They're second in the AFC North as it stands right now, with the Ravens and the Browns are second in the AFC North. Holy shit balls, people. I don't know what's happening. But hey, they're on a streak. They've won 1. I'll take it. Jags are 2-0. I mean, you look at the standings and it's weird. It's weird. Dolphins, AFC East, 2-0. Chiefs, AFC West. Not sure if now Chiefs and Broncos are tied. That's the thing. That's going to be the division this year. That's going to be a tough friggin' They all are. I could say it about anything. Okay, then you go to AFC North. The Bengals, the Browns, the Ravens, and the Steelers. All teams that have killer defenses at this point. And they keep proving it. The Browns have played 3 games, right? They have played 3 games to this point. and only allowed 59 points through 3 games. The Steelers have played only 2 games to this point. And they haven't even played their game this weekend, and they've already allowed 63 points. The Browns have a better defense than the Steelers. I mean, you can't take any of those points away from the Steelers. So whatever they give up this week, they give up this week. Maybe that's why they're 0-1-1. But they have a potent offense. They have a really potent offense. No one would ever count out Ben and Antonio and whoever the hell you want to run the ball, whether or not Le'Veon Bell comes back or not. It doesn't really matter there. Yeah, I'm doing quick hits throughout the NFL because now I'm just kind of riffing. I like talking NFL on the radio. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. I'm having a great time here, rocking out to some tunes, dropping some football knowledge on you. It's probably one of my favorite. Football and baseball are right there. Sox and Pats for me, but I'm capable of knowing when my team sucks, but my team hasn't sucked in a long time, so I'm really happy about that. Once 04 or once 01 happened, man, that's it. That's a whole. It was a beautiful day, like Bono sings. You go to the AFC South, the Jaguars 2-0, Titans 1-1, Colts 1-1, Texans 0-2. Any one of those teams could go off at any time. You got Deshaun Foster and the Texans. You got Andrew Luck and the Colts. Titans with Mariota. And the Jaguars leading it. They just look like a juggernaut. Cowboys, 3-way tie. Now, this is the NFC East, okay? In an NFL slate that looks so stacked this year. Each division just looks crazy. This is what's going on right now in the NFC East. Cowboys 1-1, Redskins 1-1, Eagles 1-1, Giants 0-2. Oh my God, that's like the perfect. Hey, we're all just as good as each other, but we all agree New York sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going on in that division right now, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm a Pats fan. I hate the Giants. Then you get the NFC West, the Rams. No slouch there. The 49ers, the new and improved 49ers, Jimmy G and the boys. The Seahawks, which Russell Wilson, man, and then the Cardinals. You just go, holy crap, man. NFC North, Packers 1-0-1, Vikings 1-0-1, Bears 1-1, Lions 0-2. Somebody's got to lose these games. This is one of those years where it really doesn't matter. The stats are going to be it's going to be a great year for friggin' fantasy sports, man. All those websites that run fantasy, FanDuel, and I stopped doing that like 2 years ago. And then you got the NFC South, the Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers, and Saints. I mean, every team is so stacked with this, and somebody has to lose. Either that, or we're going to see a record number of ties this year to the point they're going to have to change the tie rule. Or they're going to have to go back and redo these stupid overtime rules. I don't know. This isn't college. Just make the next... Okay, you play 4 quarters. If you guys can't get it done, you got to play the 5th quarter. All right? Why don't we all just agree on that and call it a day? Just leave the rules the same. Don't start throwing new shit in. It makes no sense, and it's dumb as fuck. It really is. And obviously, we have 2 ties this year in games where this is going to come back to be something stupid. I can see it already. Cleveland has a tie. The Steelers have a tie. Great. That could be fun near the end. Say Andy Dalton and his wide receiver there and Cincy both wind up getting taken out for the year. And it's A.J. McCarron backing him up, or whoever the heck's backing him up there now. And say Flacco breaks his leg or some shit. And you got the Steelers and the Browns. The Browns having a stellar season. The Steelers kind of trying to piece it together. And, yeah, what would it create if the 2 of them get to the top? An interesting game. Steelers-Browns. Who wouldn't watch that? I would watch that. But if you're the Browns, you don't want that game. You don't want to meet the Steelers to get into the playoffs and then potentially have to meet them again in the play. No. No, that wouldn't be. I'm stupid. Hey, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm recording this, so we're live at 2 a.m. doing NFL news just because I got the bug. Baker Mayfield leads Browns to the first win since 2016 in NFL debut. Cleveland Browns win unlocks beer in Ohio bars. Sam Darnold, girlfriend revealed as Cleveland Browns beat New York Jets. 635 days winless. Oh, that's just brutal. What does the Fox say? Yeah, Cleveland wins. Browns fans get free beer. Yeah, I'm sure of that. I am sure of that. So, folks, congratulations to Cleveland. It's a heck of a Thursday night start. I don't know how you feel about Thursday night football, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Gives you another night of the week to actually focus on it. And you go, oh, shit, yeah, that's right. NFL's coming. Hopefully my fantasy team is up to par. I'm not doing fantasy this year. I might just look at the games, call the stats, and do some weekly updates, NFL stuff. If you guys like what you hear, man, drop a like, drop a subscribe, man. You can find my podcasts on iTunes. You can find them at Spreaker, Stitcher, where podcasts are found, mostly. But iTunes is the best place to find it. You can also ask Amazon Alexa. She'll tell you. Say, say Alexa, let me listen to the Big Lock Daddy Report on Spreaker. Boom. She'll pull it up for you. Just like that. You can catch me on iHeartRadio. I also have a YouTube channel where a lot of my podcasts end up on the video side. So you can listen to it there if you like. Sometimes I throw up some video stuff. I do a lot of different material. I cover a lot of things. I do cryptos. I like talking about politics. I like talking about geology, volcanoes, weather, conspiracy theories. I mean, I do a little bit of everything. You can say I'm still trying to find my voice after 2 years of this stuff. But, hey, everything's evolutionary, baby. Evolutionary. Why do I feel like that's not a word? I'm evolving. That's better. Just trying to evolve. So that's the show for today, folks. Who knows when the next one's coming up, but the next one is going to be called The State of the States. Donald Trump. The swamp. And a looming financial crisis. Oh, yeah. We're going to go over some real good stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about the Q post. We're going to talk about what Trump's doing, the whole Kavanaugh thing. Maybe Sunday night I'll do a recap NFL show here, too. I'm just throwing it at the wall. It's like spaghetti, man. Is it done? We'll see. Just going to throw it all around, man. You guys like it? Like I said, drop a subscribe. Check it out. Enjoy the broadcast, and I'll talk to you again Sunday. Take care. Peace.